Antonio Brown is out here spilling all the tea, man. He letting everybody know what's going on, man. What's good? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we react to this man, Antonio Brown, telling the world about these texts and his side of the story, basically. Make sure you like, comment, share. If you're new and you gotta be a superstar, man, because we're not taking no regular people over here. If you're a superstar, pretty much means you're loyal and a good person. Them two are the biggest ones. Hit the subscribe button, join the super team. We a bunch of superstars. We nothing but support over here, man. I don't need nobody hating or no negativity, man. If you negative, don't even hit the subscribe button, man. But let's get to it. Let's see what this man Antonio Brown was saying.
And did
Bruce
he ever
Arians
ask trainer or doctor about his ankle? He never went through. That's the normal protocol. You go through protocols during games. I was never notified of it.
Yesterday we made two videos on Antonio Brown, one of them involving the statement that he made in regards to Bruce Arians and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their mismanagement of his injury that resulted in his meltdown. And in that video I said that before we finally can wrap this story up and come up with our own conclusions, we're gonna need Bruce Arians' response and the receipts of the texts that Antonio Brown is implying. And we got all of that in this video. For some reason, Antonio Brown is not only going after Bruce Arians, he's also going after Alex Guerrero.
Yeah, that man going after Tom Brady's trainer or something like that. This man AB is not holding any punches back. He's spilling the tea for real, for real.
Brady's polarizing trainer. So before we get to the content, man, we're giving away a subscriber that turns on our notifications on this channel, $500, and in addition to that,
like,
we're giving away $500 to a follower on our Instagram.
Come on,
Flight Mike. Now that we got all that out of the way, break.
Hey, y'all win the money. If I win the money, look, I'll do the same thing. And if I win it, best believe I'm breaking some of that with y'all watching this video, man. I ain't stingy. I'll break bread with y'all.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? My last video was literally dropped at 12 a.m. Eastern time. So to get an idea of what we're dealing with, Antonio Brown
on the ball,
released a statement that suggested that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not only forced him to play on an ankle injury, but also tried to make him look like a villain or a bad guy and like he had mental issues. The direct quote being, "Because of my commitment to the game, I relented to pressure directly from my coach to play injured. Despite the pain, I suited up. The staff injected me with what I now know was a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller that the NFLPA has warned against using, and I gave it all for my team. I played until it was clear that I could not use my ankle to safely perform my playing responsibilities. On top of that, the pain was extreme. I took a seat on the sideline and my coach came up to me very upset and shouted, 'What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?' I told him it's my ankle, but he knew that. It was well documented and we had discussed it. He then ordered me to get on the field. I said, 'Coach, I can't.' He didn't call for medical attention. Instead, he shouted at me saying, 'You're done,' and ran a finger across his throat. Coach was telling me that if I didn't play hurt, then I was done with the Bucs. He then goes on to mention later on in this statement, which if you want our whole video on the statement, check out our previous video. We have a lot of information to get to in this video, so I don't want to recycle the information from our last video. But the only other important thing that pertains to this video that you should know from the statement is I didn't quit, I was cut. I didn't walk away from my brothers, I was thrown out. Being fired on the sideline for having a painful injury was bad enough. Then came their spin. Coach denied on national television that he knew about my ankle. That's 100% inaccurate. Not only did he know I missed several games with the injury, he and I exchanged texts days before the game where he clearly acknowledged my injury. He obviously knew I was on the injury list, and the GM acknowledged after the game in text messages to my camp that I did tell Coach about my ankle sprain on Sunday. So the important part...
See, so he's saying that Bruce Arians is over here lying to the public, man. Look, Antonio Brown he's not credible, man. But he said he had texts, and like all the sports news and all that was saying, you can document, like you can find out if this was really sent, and if you really want to, because he sent the screenshots. But if you're like, I don't know if that's him, like that might not be him. You could really look at going. You can go to your like phone provider and they'll let you know all of that stuff, man. Like you could really like figure out if this was legit or not.
Is Antonio Brown specifies that, hey, I have text messages proving that Bruce Arians knows about my injury. And earlier this morning, he dropped it. We posted on our Instagram story as well. In the moment we got it, this whole morning has been a waiting game to make sure we get all of our information.
They said they
down
released
before
them.
we make this video.
And they're getting ready to release them.
So the text says, this is BA. Make sure you're ready to go tomorrow. We are not resting for the playoffs. Then he said, Friday, call me. Then Antonio Brown sent a picture of him getting his ankle fixed on Friday. And you could see in clear Antonio Brown writing, because obviously it wasn't him writing the statement, but he said, I'm all in, coach. Really can't get to full speed. I want to win, want to be there. If I wake up tomorrow, feel better, I'll be ready. Kind of rolled it outside on 2-point play. I want what's best for the team. Let me know when you're free. I'll call you. Bruce Arians says, come see me. I'm the morning. We'll talk it out. Definitely want you with us in case you're ready. Now, there's some things about this that are a little sketchy to me. And again, I'm not taking one side over the other here, because the Buccaneers...
That's what I'm saying. Like screenshots, because people could change names and stuff. Like it's real easy to... I could say I'm texting LeBron right now. I could put in my own phone number and text like I'm him. I could text like I'm responding to him, delete that, text, and then his message would come up. And I just delete the one I like. You could really fake this real easy. But that's what I'm saying. Like as far as text messages go, you could really go up to like the service, the phone provider, whatever, and find the log to see if it was actually accurate and if it was right to the right number.
Been very sketchy, and on top of that, Antonio Brown's side has been very sketchy as well. And in this case, why is Bruce Arians
saying I'm Bruce Arians
a week before, on December 30th, that this is BA? Make sure you're ready to go tomorrow. We are not resting for the playoffs. Now, if this was a text sent to Antonio Brown maybe before they faced off against the Carolina Panthers, then okay, I guess you can make the argument that AB has been away from the Buccaneers for about 8 weeks at this point, and Bruce Arians finally decided to reach out to him. But this is one of your go-to wide receivers, clearly the focal point of the game plan when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers faced off against the Carolina Panthers. So it doesn't make sense that Bruce Arians is saying, yo, AB, this is my...
That is, look, on one hand, that is sketchy, but on the other hand, because he was saying the whole offense of was around Antonio Brown, which I think this is... If you didn't have a quarterback like Tom Brady, then I would agree with this 100%. But since it's the fact that it's Tom Brady runs everything that goes on. Like Tom Brady, that was Tom Brady game plan. That wasn't Bruce Arians game plan. Tom Brady runs
That's
them.
the one thing that I think is a little bit suspect, and considering the fact that Antonio Brown...
Oh, gotta see if it's recording still at 8.
has tried to fake COVID vaccine cards and tried to forge information in the past, I'm a little skeptical. Now, I'm naturally a very skeptical person, but AB didn't only go after Bruce Arians. Surprisingly, in a very random turn of events, he also went after Tom Brady's extremely polarizing trainer, Alex Guerrero. So you can see in this text, hey AG, if we are not going to work anymore, that's fine. Let me know about the $100K I paid you. Only fair to get back half of my money. Let me know how to proceed. Alex Guerrero texted back saying, good morning, AB. I appreciate you reaching out to me. I completely understand that you want to go in a different direction. Thank you for the opportunity to work together. You are a wonderful person. I hope for your continued success on and off
just
the
like
field.
Tom.
Please let me know where you want me to send the balance. Big hugs, my friend.
Alex was mad, I'm sure.
Going after Tom Brady's trainer, saying, at Tom Brady guy, at Alex Guerrero, TB12, charging me $100K, never doing the work on me. How you even work with people like this? This is what I was dealing with. So he is calling out Alex Guerrero, paying Alex Guerrero to work on him, but Alex Guerrero...
This is a mess, and Tom Brady signed up for it, man. He thought he was gonna change. Tom Brady thought he was gonna change this,
never
man.
worked on him. Now, I don't know how true that is.
He calling
Alex
everybody
Guerrero,
out.
Very sketchy guy. Some people call him a snake oil salesman. He was the focal point of Man in the Arena this past week. Tom Brady absolutely loves him, credits him for his ability to prolong his career. Now, in this case, I don't know enough information to commentate on this. I don't think the way these things tend
They
to
called
work,
this
at
man
least
a
in my
snake?
head, is the star
He
player
a snake?
picks out the trainer, and then hopefully one day when the trainer has
Boy, a
time,
snake.
he'll begin
Oh,
working
man.
on the
Oh,
star
no.
player. The thing that I don't really understand about this is people that want to take AB's side say it's messed up that Alex Guerrero charged AB $100,000 to begin with, but you have to understand, man, this is a trainer that works on professional athletes that make millions
That's
of
not
dollars.
crazy at
So
all.
he has the luxury of being able to
That man
charge
working with
people
Tom
a
Brady.
premium for his services.
Man, I don't want to hear
considering the
that.
fact he is working on
That man
what
gave
he
AB a
considers to be
discount
the
if I'm
greatest quarterback of our
if
generation,
it's up to
possibly
me.
of all time, unless if you're a Tom Brady hater. So I don't think it's messed up that Alex Guerrero charged Antonio Brown, a player that has made $80 million throughout his career,
That's what I'm
and
saying,
has noticeably
100,000?
left significant amounts of money on the table.
I'm saying 100,000 like that ain't a lot of money. That is a lot of money, but for them, that's not that much. If I'm
And
being
this
honest,
isn't even accounting for sponsorship.
And he had
$100,000. That's the niche he's in. That's the lane he's in. That's how he wants.
He
to
had
run
the
his business.
resume for
Antonio
working with
Brown
Tom
doesn't
Brady.
Like it, he doesn't have to get work done on him by Alex Guerrero. Now, Antonio Brown didn't finish off there. He tweeted out, "Don't get it twisted. My brothers have been good to me, from Tom to practice squad. We were a top-level unit. They have been good to me and knew nothing about my talks with coach last week. The team mishandled this situation. They let me down, and more importantly, my teammates." Now, this is where...
so he had no problem with. See, this is what I don't get. He had no problem with the teammates. Never had no problem with his teammates, but blasted Tom Brady dude. He should have just tagged the Alex dude. He didn't have to tag Tom Brady.
Important, because if you go back to Tom Brady's interview, it seemed like he was also playing up the Antonio Brown has mental problems issue, and my assumption is it's not very like Tom Brady to go ahead and just completely throw one of his teammates under the bus. He seemed to be very compassionate towards AB for his situation, so my assumption was Bruce Arians told Tom Brady, "Yo, Antonio Brown's going crazy again," and then as a result, Tom Brady gave us this interview.
Hopefully do what they can to help him in ways that he really needs it. And we all love him. We care about him deeply. We want to see him be at his best, and unfortunately it won't be with our team, but we have a lot of friendships that will last. And again, I think the most important thing about football are the relationships with your friends and your teammates, and they go beyond the field.
This man is such a great dude, man.
I think everyone should be very compassionate and
until you're on that football field.
Some very difficult things that are happening.
This leads us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side of things, which they opened up by giving us a statement. Firstly, it was officially announced that Antonio Brown finally got released today. After waiting 4 days for some reason to figure out the best course of action to take with Antonio Brown, he was officially released today. Here are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side of things. Last week, Antonio Brown and his agent requested that the remaining $2 million in incentives in his contract for this season to be guaranteed. Per the Bucs general manager Jason Licht, the team declined to guarantee those incentives. We're going to get to a little bit more about that after the rest of these tweets. Antonio Brown did not tell anyone on the Bucs medical staff about his ankle bothering him on game day, before the game against the Jets, or during it, per the Bucs general manager. The Buccaneers made what they call quote-unquote reasonable accommodations to bring this matter to a close early this week, if in fact Antonio Brown had an injury from the game and the wide receiver declined to cooperate. The Bucs have set up those appointments in Tampa Bay, but they knew Antonio Brown was in New York, and they believed they were trying to oblige him. Antonio Brown and his agent declined to send the Tampa Bay Buccaneers his medical information from their doctor visit this week, and still have not returned their calls. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers made 2 doctor's appointments in New York for Antonio Brown so they could place him on IR and pay him for the remainder of the year, and he missed both appointments. This leads us up all the way to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers official statement on the matter. The Buccaneers released a statement saying that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have terminated the contract of Antonio Brown.
This is wild.
Immediately, while Antonio did receive treatment on his ankle and was listed on the injury report the week leading up to last Sunday's game, he was cleared to play by our medical team prior to the start of the game, and at no point during the game did he indicate to our medical personnel that he could not play. We have attempted multiple times throughout this week to schedule an evaluation by an outside orthopedic specialist, yet Antonio has not complied. Maintaining the health and wellness of our players is of the utmost importance to our organization. So what has caused Antonio Brown to have this meltdown according to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? So if you guys don't know, the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to maintain a large portion of their team that won the Super Bowl last year was through incentive-based contracts. And Antonio Brown received one of those incentive-based contracts. My imagination as to what happened is that Antonio Brown realized that he had 8 more catches to get $333,000, then another 55 yards to unlock another $333,000.
He would have got that for
one
sure.
Receiving touchdown for another $333,000.
He would have got that for sure.
Is Antonio Brown may have felt the pressure to play in order to get these incentives despite having a hurt ankle. That's my own personal prediction. I am unsure if that's the full story.
That makes sense.
Here's Bruce Arians' side to the entire situation.
And did he ever ask trainer or doctor about his ankle? He never went through. That's the normal protocol. You go through protocols during games. I was never notified of it. So obviously that was the disturbing thing when we were looking for him to go back into the game. All right, we always had, he was very upset at halftime about who was getting targeted. Got that calmed down. Players took care of that. It started again on the sideline.
Yeah, they said he was like complaining. This was, I watched Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. And Skip said someone close to AB said him and Tom Brady got into it because Tom was passing it to Gronk and not
for the
to AB.
Group that he had played in the entire game.
That's
when I looked back and saw him basically wave off the coach. I then went back, approached him about what was going on. I ain't playing. What's going on? I ain't getting the ball. That's when I said, "You're done. Get the F out of here." And that's the end of it. And we're working on Carolina. That's the end of the story. And hopefully it ends today.
Coach, he accused you of making a throat slash.
I don't know. Is that a throat slash? That's all it was.
Just to be clear, you would not force a player to play.
You can't force a player to play. You can't force a player to play. I mean, they have that choice. It's their body. And he decided to play. He and Mike both were on pitch counts. All right. And we were trying to manage that as best we could in the first half.
And have you communicated with him? Because he had posted some text messages that were reported between you guys about his ankle. Have you guys texted during the week at all about his ankle? I know you weren't actually physically here.
Ooh, hit him right there. See, I love when questions are so direct where it's a yes or no. Did you text him before the game? Yes or no? Because then you can straddle with more questions. You can in that gray area, but them questions that are, did you text him before the game about his ankle? It's a yes or a no. You got to choose a side. I love them type of questions.
You saw the text. I mean, it was out there. So, if you can go on Saturday, I want you with the team in case you can go.
So he did know. See? Okay, so now he's lying. That doesn't make any sense. Bruce Arians just said he didn't say nothing about his ankle and that he wasn't hurt or whatever. But he sent the text, and then he said, y'all seen the text. He just said it wasn't him, so that's him.
He participated in the Saturday walkthrough like he was going, so there was never another question about it.
What side are you guys on? Because personally, I don't know whose side I'm on at this
Same,
point.
I don't know.
Both sides make very convincing arguments, and I'm skeptical of both sides at the same time.
This man hit it on the head. I don't know who to believe. Because both have good points. Antonio Brown shouldn't have left like that, but if he would have just left like regular, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense.
What you guys think in the comments section?
Like, it would have been like a regular type
if
deal.
you enjoyed the upload. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until
hit him with the sub button. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's wild. This man straight This man straight lied to God. Comment below whose side you on so far, man. I haven't chosen a side yet. There's still probably more that's gonna come out, man. It's still crazy to me that even happened, man. So y'all comment what y'all think, man. Make sure you like, share the video. If you're new and you're a superstar, again, y'all know what a superstar is by this point. If you're new and you're a superstar, hit the sub button, join the super team, cause we growing, man. Nothing but positive stuff over here, man. But with that being said, I'm out.